Hi Libra, welcome to May. This is Teresa from tarotbytea.com. And before I do your reading, I'd like to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around the reading. And I want to say thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for sharing. And thank you for commenting. And also for those who have purchased readings, I really appreciate your support. Thank you for choosing me. And let's see what the cards say for Libra in terms of love and relationship. We have a new moon in Taurus on the 15th. And we have a full moon in Sagittarius on the 29th, which I'll get into later. So let's see what's going on for Libra. What is happening for Libra in the month of May? What does Libra need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? What do Libras need to know about love and relationships for the month of May? May only the highest forces be present to ensure that the truth be told. The Knight of Cups, the Magician, the Devil, the Three of Pentacles, the Death card, which it doesn't mean death, so don't worry, the Fool, the Seven of Cups, the Star, this is wonderful, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. So you have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups could mean a romantic proposal. You might be dealing with someone who's very creative, very romantic. On the other hand, it could also be you're wanting a relationship, but you're kind of, you might have standards that are too high, or you might have unrealistic views of what a relationship needs to be. So, because the person represented by the Knight of Cups, it could be a water sign. Some of you might be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But in any case, the Knight of Cups is definitely a romantic proposal, or someone who is offering their love to you. It could feel like a karmic relationship. And this person could be a good communicator. But you want to make sure that, now you might be in, gaga land with this person. They're a good communicator. They know how to use words to get what they want. The Magician is also a card of, you have all the tools you need for success. You just have to believe in yourself. Because Libras are very artistic and very creative. And you can manifest anything you want with the Magician. You just have to visualize it. You have to hold it in your mind's eye and think positive about it. Don't think negative, because then you attract negativity. But something, there's a strong attraction with this person. We have the Devil card here. So you could have a strong, passionate attraction towards someone. And since it's a Knight, this could be a new relationship. It could be someone new in your life that you really find attractive, and you really find there's like a chemistry. But you want to make sure you know what you're getting into with this Page of Swords here, because I'll get to those cards later. I mean, you have some good things coming up. But with the Devil card here, you want to make sure that the person you're involved in, that it's not a codependent type relationship. That you might be, well, because sometimes when the Devil comes up, this could be the past though. In the past, you might have been dealing with some type of addiction. Maybe you were dealing with someone that had a drinking or drug problem. And now, it might, but I feel like you're moving away from that. Because you have the Three of Pentacles here. So there's like, maybe you've overcome something like that. So this is a card of career success, recognition, promotion. So it's possible that this problem is no longer touching you. But I wonder, because of the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords in the reading, if you don't need to, you may need to really check into the person that you're dealing with to make sure that you're not avoiding the truth in some matter. Because you have a lot of good new opportunities. I mean, you have the career success, you've recently been promoted, or you've been recognized in some way. The Death card means that your life is changing. You're releasing the past, you're ready to transform, you're ready to move into a new situation. You know, with the Fool card, this is like wiping the slate clean and starting over. So if it's possible that you've kicked a bad habit, or you've ended a relationship with someone who had some type of problem. If it's not your own problem, it's someone that was close to you. And now you're ready for a new beginning with the Fool. The Fool puts you in a whole new environment. So things are changing, and you have the skills you need. You have everything you need to achieve success in this new situation and to achieve a dream. You have this star here, which is a dream come true. You know, you have this hope, you have this wish. If you're in a relationship, the person you're involved in has a lot of hope for this relationship. It's like a dream come true. It's like a, you know, the star is a beautiful card. It's like you're like their dream lover in some way. Or you're like the person that they've always wanted, and how here you are, you know. But you have the Seven of Cups here. So I feel like you're still kind of on the fence. Seven of Cups is being stuck in the choices. Like, even though you're excited about this new beginning, there might be several options open to you, and you're not sure which one to choose. So this person may be head over heels, but you're still looking at your options. So you may have more than one iron in the fire. With the Seven of Cups, there's a lot of ways that you could use your creativity, and maybe you're trying to figure out which way to, you know, where to devote your energy, where to put your energy. But eventually you're going to have to make a choice. You're going to have to make a decision. You can't be stuck for long. You can't just dream about something. You have to actually take action. And you will be doing that with the Fool card coming up. You're going to have the opportunity to move into a brand new situation. With the Seven of Swords in your wish fulfillment, you may be, either you're not facing the truth about a situation, or you're not sure if the person you're with is telling you the truth. The Seven of Swords sometimes means someone says one thing to your face and then another thing behind your back. So is that you trying to please both sides, not being honest? Because you have the Page of Swords here too, which is communication, difficult. It's a card of spying and gossip. So if you're involved in a situation where someone wants to draw you into a gossip, you know, gossip about someone, or you have to be aware of what you're doing because you're being watched. Page of Swords is if someone's either watching what you're doing and maybe gossiping about it, or you have to be careful who you talk to. You don't want people carrying tales. You have to be, you know, watch what you're doing, because you're being observed. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but just make sure that whatever you're doing, that you're not doing anything underhanded. Because with the page, this card, the Seven of Swords, is a sneaky card. So that could be either you have to keep something secret because it's not ready to be revealed yet, and so you have to be a little sneaky in a relationship, or even if there's this new beginning coming up, maybe you have this new job offer and you can't tell anyone about it yet until it develops more, or it's a new relationship and you're not out of an old relationship, so you have to keep it under wraps. There's a sneaky energy about the Seven of Swords where you feel like someone is stealing from you, or someone's taking credit for your work, or someone, you know, like you may be having all these ideas, but then someone else takes credit for them. So you want to be careful who you communicate with, and you want to be careful of getting involved in gossip. Don't get involved in gossip because it could come out, and you don't want that to happen either. Be honest with the people that you're dealing with. Don't try to play both sides. That could get you in trouble. But otherwise, I mean, you have this opportunity to achieve a goal or a dream that you've wanted for a long time. You just need to check into the details. That's the other thing with the Page of Swords. It's about checking into the details. So if it involves a new career opportunity, and you're waiting to hear back, you know, you may have to keep your plans under wraps for a while. Maybe you're trying to get out of a situation and you don't want anybody to know about it. and there could be a new career opportunity coming, and they're checking all your stuff. You know, you're under scrutiny. They're either checking your references, checking your experience, checking all your details, checking your social media. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, that there's nothing that's going to come out and embarrass you. But you're on the edge of a brand new time with this Fool card and the sun and the star. You're on the edge of achieving a long-held dream and utilizing your talents in a good way. You have all the talents and the skills. Just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid to let go of the past. You've survived some challenges. But you may want to be careful who you tell your news to. That's the only thing. So let's see what's happening with the astrology. Okay, so you have a new moon in the 8th house. That is the house of intimacy. It's the house of transformation. They usually say it's sex, death, and transformation. It's really transformation. So something in your life may be ending. Some cycle is ending. And some new cycle is about to begin. And it looks good because it's supported by Pluto and Mars. And they're in your 4th house. So you could that's involving your home, your foundation. There could be a new relationship that's going to really transform you and bring greater intimacy in your life. So either it could, in an existing relationship, you could be wiping the slate clean, starting over, trying to, have a new beginning in an existing relationship. Or it can also sometimes bring in a new relationship that is very, there's a strong attraction there. And it's really, you might be dealing with with Pluto and Mars in your 4th house, you might be dealing with some issues that involve your childhood patterns. And Mars is stirring things up. So for some of you, you might be just rebuilding your house, remodeling. For others, it could be a psychological rebuilding where you're just working on, childhood issues so that you're in a healthier frame of mind, so that you're allowing greater prosperity and intimacy in your life. You have Jupiter going through the 2nd house, so that's bringing money. Jupiter always brings money and opportunity. And Neptune in the 6th, you want to watch out. Neptune in the 6th can mean that you're sacrificing too much for others and it could affect your health, or you could be worried about someone in your life who's maybe struggling with some type of addiction or some type of mental issue. Neptune can bring confusion. Like if you may feel that you feel sick and you're not sure what's wrong. Neptune can bring confusion. Like if you have some kind of health issue, it's hard to figure out what's wrong. That doesn't mean that you have a major health issue. It's just that you just want to watch what you're drinking and watch what you're eating, and because it can make you more susceptible to drugs. You can have reactions to food or drugs. And Mars is actually squaring Uranus. Uranus is going from Aries, which is in your 7th house. It's now moving out of the 7th house. Uranus has been shaking up your relationships over the past 7 years. So it's possible that you wind up breaking free, if you haven't already, of one relationship and move. And when Uranus goes into the 8th house, it could bring someone out of the blue into your life that brings more intimacy, more passion. So that's something to look forward to. But with Uranus going through your 7th, you needed a lot of freedom. You needed to be free from something, from some type of commitment. And when it goes into your 8th house, that's going to be affecting your resources that you, people that you depend on for money. Because the 8th house is inheritance, taxes, intimacy, sex, transformation, confronting your demons. What's preventing me from being intimate. If you've been avoiding intimacy, Uranus may shake you out of that. So the full moon is happening on the 29th, and that's in Sagittarius, and that's affecting your 3rd house and 9th house, your communication sectors. So something that has to do with long distance travel, communication, relatives, neighbors may be coming to complete. You might be completing some type of training during this time. And you might be achieving a long-held dream. You have the North Node in the 11th house. And and Pluto is in the 5th house. There could be very well, for some of you, you can have a new love coming. That's bringing a lot of passion. It could even be like it's a very passionate relationship with someone that you feel very strongly about. That's really going to change your life. It could even be a creative hobby, a new hobby, because the 5th house is creativity, self-expression. It's also children. So you might have, for some of you who are wanting to have children, you can have children. It will transform your life. It's going to change your life in a lot of ways. So where was I? So, and Venus is in your 10th house, opposing Saturn in your 4th. So when Venus goes into the 10th house, that usually brings favorable conditions in your work environment. So you might be working on a creative project at work, or getting along better with coworkers. It can also even bring possible romance on the job, and it's opposed to Saturn in the 4th house, which you may feel the responsibilities from home are restricting you in some way. And I think sometimes when Venus opposes Saturn, you feel cut off from loved ones. So it could be that work-life balance is interfering with you feel like you have a lot of things going on at home, and that's restricting you from what you want to do on the job. So you're feeling this dilemma of trying to keep everyone happy. How do I, work on my job and keep my employer happy? How do I fulfill my responsibilities at home? Sometimes when Venus opposes Saturn, you feel cut off from loved ones, and you feel that it's a kind of a lonely feeling. You may feel like you have to compromise too much between work and home life. So let's see what else is happening. Mars will be opposing the North Node. You have the North Node in Leo, which is in the 11th house. And so you could be working really hard toward achieving a goal or a dream. The North Node is putting you on your karmic path, like you're finding your true path. And it could be that like a new romance is giving you inspiration, or a new creative project, because Mars is going through your 5th house. Is giving you inspiration. There's something that's got you fired up, and it's got you, you're really working on something that you really care about. So it could be that you're spending a lot of time at work and you're spending less time with family, and the family just may feel like a burden during this time. But in any case, you are working toward a dream, and you are on the edge of a new beginning. And you have all the talent and the skills that you need to pursue this dream, and to gain the recognition, and to gain the love that you need. So just make sure that you're checking all the details. Make sure that you haven't left anything out, or that you're being transparent in whatever you're doing, and you'll be fine, Libra. I'm not worried about you. But you are going through some changes in terms of relationship. You're learning to form relationships that better suit your needs. And that's not just love relationships, it's all, because the 7th house is also the house of partnerships. And you've had Uranus in your house of partnerships for a long time. So that's shaking things up. It's giving you, you're finding partnerships that better suit, that give you the right amount of freedom, that allow you to be you. And they may be unconventional in arrangements when Uranus goes through the 7th house. You might decide not to just live with someone, or you might decide that you don't want to be married, or you want to have an open marriage, or you want to have a relationship that gives you a lot of freedom. And when Uranus moves into the 8th house, that's going to also, when it goes into Taurus, which is in May, it's going to go into Taurus for a couple of months, go back to Aries, then go back to Taurus for the next 7 years. Then you'll be dealing with issues of intimacy, your partner's resources. If you're stuck in any way financially, it's going to break you out of that mold. If you're dependent too much on a partner's income, it could either bring abundance or it could take it away. So it's very, and Uranus, you never know what you're going to get with Uranus. There's always the unknown. Whatever it is that does fly in, it will liberate you. It will make you feel free. It will bring excitement and fun and joy to your life. And it's something that you probably needed for a long time. So enjoy it. Embrace it. Embrace the new. So that's my forecast, Libra, and for May. If you want to have a personal reading, a private reading, one-on-one, you can check out the link in the description box and go to my website and we'll get you on the schedule, and I will look forward to working with you. In the meantime, have a wonderful May. Keep that dream, keep working toward that dream, follow that dream, as that old song goes. And you'll be fine. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.